So, man, after your first fight, you know what I'm saying? What was things like? We know that you was at Toledo Titans, boxing with your granddad, Michael Smith. You know, and he had took a turn in health, and unfortunately had passed. You know, give us a little bit about what that did to you, and how did your amateur career take a turn after that?
All right, so first thing first, I'm gonna say this: when I was with my granddad, Mike, I want to say I had about 13, 14 fights. He got me to like 13, 14 fights.
Okay.
So first and foremost, what he did was before he passed away, he had stage 4 cancer. So what he did was he sent me over to Soul City Boxing. That's what he originally did because he wanted me to have a training camp over there because he couldn't physically train me himself.
He could do it verbally, but not so much physically.
Exactly. So what ended up happening was he passed away while I was in the training camp. Yeah, so he passed away on me during the training camp. And when things like that happen, I actually got, I want to say, a fight or two over there, you know what I mean? But that was never nothing that was going to be permanent for me or nothing I was going to be at for good. I was just only supposed to be over there for a training
fight
camp.
or two.
So with that being said, me and Coach Rob, who's my coach now, which is, Team Cartel,
shout out Team Cartel, man.
You know,
the best in the country.
Facts, the number one team in the country. So he ended up inboxing me and things like that, and we was talking or whatever, and he was like, man, you know where you belong at and things like that. So I ended up going over there. And once I transitioned to going to Team Cartel, it's like my whole career just started elevating. See, the way how Cartel had me going, they had me fighting the best everywhere. It was no local clubs, club shows.
Not to interrupt you, from my understanding, you didn't have any novice fights.
I didn't have any novice fights. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. After my third amateur fight, I was fighting people with 100+ amateur fights. So
getting the real work.
So with that being said, a lot of people was overlooking me at first. They was like, "Oh, he don't have no experience. Oh, he only got 7 fights. He only got 10 fights." And I was beating a lot of national champions in club shows because of that, that reason. Because what a lot of
sleeping on you, they coming in sleeping on you.
What a lot of these guys do, they use the club show fights as tune-ups to get them ready for tournaments. So our thing was, okay, Jeff, we need you to get these amount of fights so you can, be qualified for these tournaments, because how the tournaments is ran now, you got to have a certain amount of wins and you got to have a certain amount of win percentage just to be able to get to the tournament. Okay. So Cartel had me fighting every weekend.
We just want to get you qualified
everywhere. I'm talking about, I'm going to Nebraska, Hollywood, Florida. I'm talking about Oklahoma, you name it.
If I'm not mistaken, you got a couple knockouts in the amateurs.
Man, come on, now it's putting people on a fucking
with
platter.
The headgears and with the 12-ounce gloves
with
on.
Headgear on.
12
you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong, I had some tough fights in the amateurs. I'm talking about all I fought was the best, and that's just pretty much how it was, in Team Cartel. They just always stuck with me, believed in me, believed in my skills.
They actually pushed you to the nationals, where you end up, unexpectedly beating the number 1 132-pounder in the country, Ramir Walker.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that fight. Going into that fight, was you nervous? Did you doubt yourself, or give me a little bit about that fight?
Okay,
tell me afterwards.
Okay, I never really told nobody this story.
Okay, we got a USM exclusive, y'all.
I never really told nobody this, but this is the complete, honest truth. Okay, so before I fought him, I did fight a couple national tournaments, and I was beating guys, so I had confidence. I was beating guys. A lot of guys was like, "Who the fuck is this dude?" Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that tournament, I was hot. I was already winning. I was winning. But he was the number 1 guy in the country. Not to mention,
what class was this again?
132 pounds.
And that's one
of
the
not
cold,
to
and that's one of the, from there to about 60 is some of the coldest. That's the action divisions.
Yeah. So going into that fight, after we knew we was on the same side of the bracket and things like that. Okay. So I'm like, I know we gonna get to each other. Not to mention, this dude was trying to mess with my baby mama. He was literally trying to mess with my baby mama.
Walker.
Yeah, he was trying to mess with my baby mama prior to that, like 2 months before the tournament. So I'm like, I'm about to whoop his ass. No, look. I want the type of dude that's going. Hey, I was about to.
Where he's from?
He's from New Jersey, like Buffalo.
This was on purpose.
Yeah.
He found out who she was.
Yeah, he was from Buffalo.
And was trying to get at her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck with your head.
Exactly. So, hey,
that's Duran.
I never told nobody this. I'm like, I'm whooping his ass. So when it was time for us to fight, my girl texted me like, "Oh shit, this the fight you been wanting." I'm like, "You already know I'm whooping his ass for that shit." So long story short, I ain't gonna lie. When we got into that fight, the stage was set. Like, you know, it was a real good fight finna happen, because when you're in the amateurs, everybody start coming to that ring because it's 4 rings.
It's an unspoken language.
Exactly.
It's some bad motherfuckers on their way out.
It's 4 rings. Everybody just stationed on our ring.
Yeah.
So you know it. Now I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, I got everybody watching me.
Yeah.
This is the fight. This my bring out. So everybody didn't know who the fuck Jeffery Hudson is.
The BGs, did you have to shit?
Yeah, I did, but I'm not going to though.
Feel like you gotta shit a little bit.
I feel like it's kind of bad look if I do. So when we got in there, I ain't gonna lie, it was a great fight. It was a back and forth fight. It was actually a split decision win. It was a great fight to prepare me for, you know, where I'm at now in my professional career. It was a fight that I needed. You know what I mean? And not only saying like he was the toughest person, because I can go on and on. Tyshawn Denson, K. Young, Phillips.
Shout out to y'all.
I didn't fought Francis Stewart. I didn't fought Jazier Riley. Like, I can keep going on and on. I didn't fought so many national champions in the amateurs. That's how I know that I'm built for this in the pros.
You're battle tested.
Yeah, because let's be completely honest. A lot of these guys in the pros, they never really did shit in the amateurs. They never was ranked in the amateurs. So
talk to them.
They just talking. So they never qualified for the Olympic trials. You know, they never did a lot of the shit that I have done in the amateurs. So these guys, you know, they turn professional, you know, they paying these opponents and knocking over bums, and they giving them confidence. But the reality of it is, you never fought nobody in the amateurs. You never fought nobody as a pro. So
I feel like slowly it's go bite them in the ass.
It's definitely
eventually it's gonna bite them in the ass.
Because when they get in a tough fight, they're not gonna know how to deal with it. They're not gonna know how to deal with it, because let's just be honest. A lot of these guys' sparring partners not even nobody that's pushing them. You know what I mean?
So and that what you saying, that brings me to my next question. Is that the reason why you've been so aggressive in your professional career after turning professional, knocking these guys out? You get what I'm saying? Going 5-0. You was 5-0 at a point in time with 5 knockouts. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? What was that? Did that play a part? Let me show these cats that I'm different than them.
Yeah, that plays a lot of part in it, because like how me and my coach, you know, the Zen Master Coach Rod, we always talk. We gonna show that these guys is not on my level. Because that's how you go up in the ranks in the professionals. You got to show that these guys is nowhere near on your level. You got to show that you belong where you're supposed to be at. And not only that, I press and fight the way that I fight because I know these guys they not in shape like me. They not putting the work in like me.
I just want to add this. And I've been around a lot of boxing. I've been around a lot of athletics, basketball, football. This is one of the hardest working. I'm not just going to say boxer, because I done watched football players work harder than boxers sometimes, you know, and vice versa. This is one of the hardest working athletes I've ever seen in my life. This is real, man. This man eat, sleep, and shit boxing. And that's a fact. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like it shows, and you seem like you was eager to show everybody that these dudes ain't on your level.
Yeah, exactly. But one thing I would say about, you know, the opponents and guys, you know, that I am knocking out and, you know, things like that, I'm gonna just say it like this. People will look on paper and be like, man, that guy was that. But I'm not gonna throw any names out there and things like that. But a guy that I fought, he had 50 professional fights. He a guy that's real game, battle tested, you know, in the professionals. Battle tested. I made him look like he don't need to be in the ring. I made him look like he need to retire. I made him look like a bum. I made him look like what his record looked like. But then a big name guy fought him and went the distance with him.
So what does that tell you about yourself?
That tells me that I'm on the level that I believe that I'm on. You know what I mean? These guys going 4 rounds, struggling with guys that I'm getting out.
Call his phone.
I'm getting out the way in 1 round.
Call his manager, y'all.
You know what I mean? I'm getting him out the way in 1 round. And I'm not going to say this man name and all that because I have highly respect of these guys, but everyone was coming up to me everybody coming up to me like, he was struggling with him. Like, did you see that?